What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Liana, and if you're already part of this wonderful family, thank you guys so much for continuing to watch and to support. In today's video, we are going to be doing our November Boxycharm unboxing. The fact that I'm already doing a November Boxycharm just blows my mind. I'm so excited, so let's go ahead and dive into today's video. But as always, make sure that we subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell so you are notified every single time that I upload. Make sure that we give this video a big thumbs up. Without further ado, let's go ahead and do another Boxycharm unboxing.
Hold up.
So we are slowly transitioning out of fall and into Christmas season, at least in my head, because November 1st, automatically we go from spooky season to holiday season.
That's right. I become Santa Claus.
So it is harvest for the month of November. This is the little card that they do include inside the box, which is super cute. It screams just fall, holiday season coming up. I love the vibes. So let's jump into the actual products. The first thing that I'm going to be using is going to be this toner spray. This is from the Dr. Brandt skincare line. This is an antioxidant spray toner, and it does say that this toner is packed with an antioxidant rich blend of green tea and white tea. It is formulated with red rose wine and lotus flower extract, leaving skin soft, hydrated, and revitalized. So I'm all about that. I'm all about those claims. So let's go ahead and try her out. Ooh. All right, so that felt really good on the skin. I really like the spritzer. It was not harsh and it was not super fine, but it does have a nice spritz to it, so I like that. Now this does retail for $40. That says it is also a new launch, so Dr. Brandt just recently released this, so I'm super excited to try this out, especially because I am running low on my toner and I was looking for a new toner to use. So I'm really happy I got this. I love getting skincare because, especially skincare like Dr. Brandt, you know that's pricey. Okay, so moving on closer, because now we're going to actually be jumping into the eyes. So we got a couple eye products in this box this month. So the first thing that I'm going to be using, now this is the Primero Primer Long Wear Sticky Pigment Base. So this does retail for $15, and it does say it is a water-based primer designed to glue eyeshadow in place and to maximize color and pearl dimension. So like I said, this retails for $15. So this is what the primer looks like. It is pretty like nude. It does say that it is water and wear resistant. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and just take a little bit with my finger and just kind of place it on the eyelid, and then I'll take a flat eyeshadow brush to kind of just really blend it out and make sure that it is all even all over the lid. So I don't know how I feel about it yet, just because it does have that glitter glue feeling, but it did do a nice job of kind of evening out the skin tone on my lids. Okay, so it is super tacky to the touch. It does remind me of the NYX glitter glue. So if you guys have ever used the NYX glitter glue, that's exactly what this reminds me of. So we're gonna go ahead and just throw some shadows on just to see how this, performs. Okay, so the next item, I'm actually really excited and so shocked that I got this in my Boxycharm. So this is the Natasha Denona Peak Palette. So this is what this one looks like. Super cute. I love the colors in this. This just screams fall to me. This is a 5-pan palette, and it features Natasha's essential everyday warm tone eye pigments that she mixes and matches from all her favorite palettes. So this does retail for $48. So we do have a couple mattes and then a shimmer shade over here, which I think is super pretty. You can definitely do a lot of things. You can definitely put this like in a bag and take this to travel, because these are colors that you can pretty much use on an everyday basis. This does retail for $48, and that alone is almost double the price of this box. So I'm very excited for this. It does have the shade names on the back here. So with this first shade right here, I'm gonna go ahead and just place that all over the lid just to kind of see how this, I was about to say glitter glue, how this eye primer does with shadows, because to be honest, I am a little scared of how it's gonna perform with shadows because it is super tacky. So I'm gonna go ahead and just place that all over the lid. Okay, so far, I'm not noticing any patchiness. I'm not noticing that it's clinging onto certain areas. So I was really scared of that just because of the consistency of the primer, but it's not doing what I thought it was going to, which is, clinging onto certain parts of the shadow. It's actually performing very nicely, and I'm quite impressed. So far, so good. I'm going to go ahead and take some of this orangey tone shade right here. This is in the shade Jasper, and I'm going to go ahead and throw that into my crease. All right, picking that up on another fluffy brush, I'm going to go ahead and throw that right into the crease. Ooh, that is, right off the bat, it is pretty pigmented, so I'm going to go very light-handed because I did dip my brush pretty heavily in there. We're just going to kind of distribute that all over the crease, and whatever is left, just kind of blend it out towards the brow bone. So I am noticing kickback inside the palette, but when I'm putting it onto the eye, I'm not seeing any fallout so far. Fallout doesn't really bother me anyways, but I know some people are not big fans of fallout, so I'm gonna go in with this shade to just kind of deepen out the outer corner. This is in the shade Thorn. I'm gonna grab that on a fluffy brush as well, a smaller blender brush. I don't know if the camera is able to pick that up, but it does have some fallout there. All right, we're gonna deepen out that outer corner, really smoking this out. Now that I'm looking at it, I do see a little bit, I don't know if you guys can see in the camera, I see a little bit of patchiness in this area. Now it's not as sticky, it is a little bit, which is surprising because I've already placed shadows on, so I'm not 100% sure how it's gonna look, but if it pulls off in the end, then I won't really mind it. But you can see a little bit of patchiness in the crease. I didn't notice that until now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of take whatever's left on that brush and just kind of bring it in to the crease a little bit towards the inner eye area, just to see if I can kind of smooth out that patch there. That looks a little bit better, but yeah, you can see a little bit of the patchiness, and I think it's because that primer is on the tacky side, but that's okay. We're going to just keep going. I'm going to be taking this last shade right here. This is in the shade Shine. I did spray my brush a little bit, and it is picking up nicely. I did spray my brush though, so it did pick up, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of start placing that on the inner corner. That is really pretty. So what I did notice about this shadow shade is that the first layer was a little bit kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but once you got past that first layer, like the first layer wasn't really showing up. Once you got past that, it got a little bit creamier underneath, and it came out very, very nice. So you just kind of have to get rid of that first layer of that shadow, and then it works very, very nicely. I do want to take some of this shade and just kind of put that in between where those two meet, just so I can see that I did use all of them. Now I'm going to grab the other side of that flat one that I did use, just so I can really pack on the color and blend out exactly where those two meet. Very pretty. Okay, so that is super pretty. Okay, so I went ahead and I finished the other side. I did put some wing liner, like I said I wanted to. I haven't done wing liner in quite a while, so I did want to throw on some wing liner. So the next thing is actually from Milk Makeup. Now this is the Milk Makeup KUSH Waterproof Mascara. So this one does retail for $24, and it feels really heavy. So this thing is huge. I was not expecting it to be this big. It's actually very, very heavy. So like I said, this does retail for $24. Let's see what kind of wand this is. Okay, so this is a pretty big wand. This is usually something that would give you a lot of volume. It does say it is a waterproof, intense black mascara with thickening heart-shaped fibers and conditioning hemp-derived cannabis seed oil. So this is what my lashes look like right now. And then okay, so this is what the lashes look like. Obviously, if I looked up, you can barely tell because I am wearing wing liner, but this did give me nice volume, and it did coat them very nice and evenly, so I kind of like this. I'm excited to maybe try this as like an everyday to kind of give you nice volume when you don't want to put falsies on, but I am going to be throwing on falsies today. Okay, so I went ahead and I finished the rest of my face makeup, and this is what the look is looking like so far. Now, before moving into the last product, I did want to go back into the palette and just kind of do the under eye area. So with a small little blender brush, I'm going to be dipping into that orangey shade right here and just kind of doing that underneath the eyes. I'm just going to smudge that shade right underneath the eyes on that lower lash line, like so. And then I'm going to take that deeper shade right here and throw that in the outer corner underneath, just to kind of smoke it out, because we kind of have that little cat eye going on today. So I just want to smoke out the edges just a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and dip into my color change that I also received in a Boxycharm I think earlier this year. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of brush that off, and then with that shimmer shade over here, which is Shine, we're gonna kind of just dip a little bit and throw some of that underneath the brow bone to give it a little bit more of a pop. It just kind of gives the look that extra missing puzzle piece, and then we're gonna also throw that right in the inner corner area. So the last product that we received is from the brand Half Caked. I've never heard of this brand before, but I have to say that this packaging is so cute. So this is from Half Baked. I keep saying Half Baked. It's Half Caked, and this is the Game Changer Lip Fondant Trio. So this does come with 3 lippies. Now let's just look at this packaging. This is like a little cute deck of cards, and this is what it looks like. This does retail for $32, and it says that these liquid lipsticks go on with a feather-light texture. They do dry completely matte, and for best wear, make sure that lips are exfoliated and hydrated before applying. So by that, I'm going to take it that these are actually very, very matte. So they might be a little drying on the lips. I did use my Wet n Wild sleeping lip mask the entire time that I was doing my makeup today, just to have them super hydrated, because you guys know I do have very, very dry skin. So this first shade, that is in the shade Theme Song. It's kind of like a pinky mauve fall lip color. And then we have a little bit more of a pinky tone. So this is in the shade Low Key. So it's a little bit similar to the first one, but it's very, very much more pink berry, as opposed to the first one is more like mauve colored. Now this one is 82 Bordeaux. I think that's how you say it. Now this one is definitely more of a red shade. So that is that third one right there. And this is very, very red, obviously. So honestly, I think that all 3 of these lippies would even match this eye look that we have going on today. But I'm definitely leaning towards this mauve one, because this is just like up my alley, and I really, really love this shade. So I went ahead and I lined my lips with this Hush lip gloss lip liner, and I absolutely love this. I will link them down below in the description box. I absolutely love their lip liners. They're just super, super cute and like absolutely comfortable. I'm going to be going in with the shade Theme Song for today's lippy. I do love the applicator. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the applicator is actually very, very nice, and it makes it very easy to really go in there and to place the product in your lips. So I do really like that. Okay, so these definitely do feel very lightweight, very comfortable. So far, I do feel like they're very comfortable. It's not sticking together, and it is slowly drying down to a matte finish. But the more I'm wearing it, the more matte it feels, but it's actually not a very drying matte formula. So that is it for today's video. The total of my Boxycharm for November is $159. That is the total for all of the products that I did receive in today's box. I am actually very impressed with a lot of these products, and what I can say about the lippy so far, it does feel very dried down, and it did dry down to a matte, but it doesn't feel like where it's too drying that I can't even move my lips. I actually feel like it's a very comfortable formula. Obviously, I'm gonna have to keep wearing it throughout the day and see how it actually wears out, but so far I'm actually quite impressed. I really like these products. So again, the base box does retail for $25. The retail price of my box with all the products that I did receive in today's box is $159. So that is way over the price that you are paying for the box. So I'm so excited to keep using these products. This is what the final look looks like for today's Boxycharm. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Stay safe.